Okay, so we've already got one side of the ribs rubbed, and it takes a little longer for them to set up on the bone side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what we're doing for this test cook today. Normally what we've done in the past is we use a combination of Ozark Heat and butt kicking chicken from Our Butts Are Smoking. We're going to use these today, but we're going to combine it with Montana Outlaw pork rub, as well as Three Little Pigs Touch of Cherry. So that's for you, Chris Marks. Chris Marks is the founder of Three Little Pigs, and he also owns the rights to make all the Goodwin smokers too. So some of the best smokers out there. So we're just going to do what you want to do on these. When you're doing ribs, you don't want to overdo the rub. You want a moderate amount. You don't want a light dusting, but you don't want it caked on there too. So since we're using 4 rubs, we're just going to go fairly light on all of them, so we have a moderate amount. So if you're going to use 4 rubs like what we're doing here, that's about what you want to do for one layer. Yeah, if you want, you can get your own shaker and mix all of the rubs that you want to put on your ribs together, and so you only have to do it one time. Then you want to apply a moderate amount, obviously, then, but just do it once. I like to layer it on there for just kind of the layers of flavor. And always shake in the direction of the ribs. All right, so that one's done. So now we're going to put some the butt kicking chicken. So even though it says chicken, it's not necessarily only for chicken. All these rubs have multi-purpose. What you want to do is when you get all the different rubs on, you don't want to throw your ribs directly on the smoker then. Some people will let this set overnight. I'm not someone who, I don't usually like to let the rubs set overnight, just because a lot of them have a lot of salt in them. Usually like to let them sit for about an hour before you put them on, an hour or 2 hours at most. These will sit out for about 90 minutes. It's pretty chilly out here, so we don't have to worry about them getting warm or anything. And how you know that this is going to be done is that once you got the rubs applied, and let them sit for a while, go and take a break, go sit in a chair or something, and take it easy. When you come back to them, they'll look wet. Now, a lot of people will use a binder. They'll use like mustard or oil or something like that. I left quite a bit of the moisture on these racks of ribs, so they're gonna bind to the meat already, or the rub's gonna bind to the meat without having to worry about adding an additional binder. If you do use a binder, just a very light coat of whatever you're using. A lot of people on the barbecue circuit prefer to use yellow mustard. The mustard doesn't give any flavor; it just acts as a binder. When I use one, I typically will use olive oil. This touch of cherry is pretty powerful, so we don't want to go too heavy on it. All right, so we'll let these sit for about 90 minutes like this. Let that rub really soak into the meat, and then we'll get them on the smoker a little bit after that. Brisket and pork are doing well. And several hours later, what we'll do is we'll show you how we do the chicken. So thanks a lot.